Okay, let's see how we can get this day going today. We are going to start with going to pattern-collections.com. Make sure you put the dash in there. If you don't put the dash, you end up with the wrong place. Go to pattern, focus note. Today's the first day of the week. Let's look at and see if the weekly string is something that I want to use. I don't always want to use them. String number 40. Oh, that looks interesting. Okay, let's draw that as a reference. So it's going to go like a Y and then down. Yeah, this pen is... So that's my general reference. It's not exactly the same, but that's okay. I just want to keep that here as a way to tell me that's what this week's string is. And I'm not sure I want to keep using this pen. I may change over. As a matter of fact, I think I will. I think this one has just about had it. I will still keep it and use it sometimes, but I think it has just about had it as a drawing implement. I do like to keep the older ones that are starting to run out of ink. I use them for shading and stuff, but I think I'm gonna, in my description, I'll change it, but I'm going to switch over to this Uni Pin, and that'll be my new pen for a little while until it runs out of ink. Okay, so go back to the home page to go get our pattern focus for today. Scroll down to today's pattern. Today's pattern is called Tubular Bells. Click on that to make it bigger. No, not going to make it bigger. Okay, so I'll just zoom in. So you're going to draw a line that's got some dashes in it. Okay. From that, you're going to draw, let me do it with this so I'm not using my pen, a sort of a candy cane shape like that. And then make sure you have enough space, apparently, between these two dashes to have a plenty big space, because you're going to then need to aura this. And then come here and aura that, and you still need a little space there. So you need room for that. And then part 4, you will then create a parallel line going this way, and then fill in these little bits if necessary. And then number 5, you will put this sort of petal shape at the bottom, and that's it. And apparently you can then, of course, vary the shape that you put at the end of that little droopy bit, right? So there's a whole bunch of things you can do with this particular tangle. I think that would be kind of fun. And let's see if we can figure out how to put it on this string. So step number 1 is going to be for me to give myself a border and draw that string with the Y. Okay. So I'm going to draw here like that. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Okay, and then I want to do a thing that looks like this. And then it. And then underneath, bring that like that. And fill this little gap. And maybe connect that to that. And then let's do the official one on this one, and we'll embellish as official one is that kind of a shape. Sort of a tulip or something. Like that. Okay. So now that I know how to draw this particular pattern, I'm gonna do some variations and make them go all sorts of different weird ways and do some weird stuff with them. And you know what? I'm gonna draw this shape like this. All in one motion. Then I don't have to worry about the spacing. It'll be spaced fine based on this motion here. And some of them are going to go different ways, like that. Like that. Right? And then I'm going to come under here. I'm going to make this wonky because, you know, I can't make anything just straight. That would be dull. Dull, dull, dull. I like more organic, so that's more fun for me. And then I think I will keep with that shape so that I don't make too many different changes. I'm just gonna like maybe embellish it a little. I'll probably embellish that one too. Like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I like it. I think I want to do something here. I'm gonna go the other way and do kind of a quote backwards one. That's getting really close to the edge. Don't usually get that far out and about, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to embellish these a little bit. Okay, want a little darkness right there. I'm even thinking about filling that in all together. But right now, I'm just going to leave it dark. I think. No, I want it filled in. It's telling me to fill it in, so we will just listen. So how are you guys doing? I'm hoping you are all prepared for 4th of July. If you have community where fireworks can be shot off, I hope you are keeping your fur babies safe, because, you know, dogs and cats really don't like fireworks. I don't have a fur baby at the moment, but my friends do, and they're talking about how this has been a really long, I guess. You know, I remember that they used to open the fireworks stand on July 1st, and you had 4 days to buy fireworks. Well, this year they opened the stand like on June 29th or something. People have been shooting off fireworks for, it seems like, a whole week. And you know, the ones, especially the ones who go out and purchase the illegal fireworks, the ones that shoot up into the sky or have a really loud bang. Yeah. Lately, those ones have decided that they're just gonna randomly shoot off a firework at like 1 o'clock in the morning. They're not my favorite people. Just saying. Decided they need a dots. Why? I don't know. I remember when we had Rusty and Ginger. They were okay with 4th of July. They actually didn't seem to mind. I don't know why, but they didn't. But when we had Candy, which was our first dog, yeah, 4th of July and she did not get along. We would have to give her some stuff so she would be more calm. I need to do something else with this. Needs to live with something else, and I'm not sure what I want to do. Maybe some leafy like shapes on the stems. Maybe. Yeah, that helps a little. I'm not sure I like them even like that. I think I'm going to do it more like that. Just one. Maybe one coming out from here. Yeah, that's what they need. Maybe one here. So yeah, take care of your fur babies for tomorrow. Get them prepared. Make sure they're safe in the house, or that they are secured. Yeah, one year we had taken Candy with us when we went to visit my sister-in-law over the 4th of July weekend, and we went to the fireworks show or whatever it was. We left her home, but we left her locked in the garage. Don't you know, she figured a way to get out of the garage. It was a good thing we had her collar on, phone number. That was before cell phones, but I don't know why, but my husband, one of us, had the presence of mind to put my sister-in-law's name and phone number on her collar. And she was returned. I was super thankful. But she had managed to find, you know, the little wire, I don't know if you guys have that, but there was like a wire mesh vent that kept the garage vented so that, you know, you didn't have carbon monoxide buildup. The garage has to have a vent, right? And hers was a wire mesh and not a like a metal grate, but it was more like some sort of screening material, like window screen, you know, just to keep the bugs out. Well, she managed to claw that completely off and then climb out that hole. And here we thought we were being good pet parents and keeping her safe, and she got out. So I'm just giving you fair warning that, you know, make sure your fur babies are safe because they're important. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to put border, but the border is going to go here. A little bit sticking out since that one flower, this bunch came way down closer to the edge than I had anticipated. I'm just going to make sure that my border has some bits sticking out because it looks better that way. Okay, I like that. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. I think this is fairly straightforward. I'm going to erase all my guidelines because I can. I know that in the officials and Tangle thing, there are no erasers, no mistakes. Now, I do believe that really there's kind of, I mean, there are unintended lines. Absolutely, there are unintended lines, but there are ways to incorporate them into your work. But pencil guides, I see no problem with putting some pencil guides out, using the string, and then, you know, they say to just leave it and incorporate it in your shading, but, you know, I just don't like that. So, you know, I don't do it. It's your art. You do whatever you want. I'm going to sharpen my pencil here a little bit, give it a quick roundabout, and just do a little bit of shading on my overlapping bits. And then we'll be done. Oh, I need to sign it, huh? How's it gonna live? Because they go different directions. Do I want it to live that way? That way? It feels like it wants to live that way. And it's called Tubular Bells. String 40. Okay, now I can go back and finish shading. Oh, my husband got his bike. Well, his bikes. Yes, he bought 2 to replace the one that got mangled and stolen. He, who knew that, you know, apparently July is the month, or end of June, right at the beginning of summer, is when bikes go on major sale. And the reason they do is because they have model years just like cars. Who knew, right? So this is the time of year where they are clearing out the 2017 models in order to make way for the 2018 models of bicycles. So they're all like on sale. Good time to go get a bike if you want to buy a bike. Just let you know. So I had it in my head a dollar amount that would equal approximately what he had paid for his first bike. And I figured a little bit more because, you know, everything always gets a bit more expensive. And he'd had the bike 3 years, 4 years, something like that. So, you know, I had this dollar amount in my head. And since the first bike that he bought, which was, what he had before was a mountain bike that he put road tires on, so he kind of had a crossover type bike. But his friends were convincing him he really needed an actual road bike. They all have both a mountain bike and a road bike. And he didn't want to spend the money to get a road bike and a mountain bike. But now he was kind of forced to do so because he needed a bike. So, he found this bike, carbon fiber road bike, really good deal. Like half of what we expected to have to pay, because they're really pricey. And so he bought that. And then he had to go to a different bike shop because he had won some giveaway stuff in the raffle at the grand opening of this other bike shop. But he knew that he didn't see any road bikes there that he wanted when we were there before, during their grand opening. But he went there anyways to pick up his swag that he won. And they had a mountain bike in the corner that was just calling to him. So, and it was, well, not quite half, about half, but not quite half, about 60% of the price of the road bike. So he basically got 2 bikes within the dollar amount that I had kind of set in my head as to how much he was going to have to spend to replace his bike. So it comes out fine for our budget, you know. It was within reason. And now he's got 2 bikes. And now he's super happy. And, you know, that's important. My son wanted us to turn it all into the insurance company, which they probably would pay the claim. However, you know, insurance companies only pay on the depreciated value of the merchandise that you lost, right? So it would have been, they would have paid on a used 3-year-old bike. So I kind of looked those up on eBay or whatever, the used bikes, and you know, the except for the frame, the bikes they don't really hold their value. And they apparently, since they have these model years, that who knew, you know, people don't want an old bike model year, they want a new one. And so yeah, by the time you took the deductible from the insurance off the depreciated value of the bike, we wouldn't hardly get enough to make it worth bothering to do all the paperwork and stuff for insurance. So that was out. And anyway, he's happy. I'm happy that he's happy. We're all happy. And now he can ride to his heart's content. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's 4th of July. We will be having fireworks and all sorts of things. And so let's see what kind of pattern they've picked for it. May not have anything to do with 4th of July, but you know, we'll see what we can do. All right, I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Go out and be a blessing to somebody today so that, you know, you can make our corner of the world a better place. And I'll see you later. Bye.